This meeting is being recorded.
Next one is what are the types of DAX functions that are available? So you have something like aggregation functions, okay, like sum x, average x, average a, count a, count x, count ax. Likewise, host of aggregation functions, min, max, count, distinct count rows. Likewise, host of functions are available as part of aggregation function, and rounding function also. A lot of functions are available, and logical functions. Already we discussed it, right? So logical functions, and then the information function also we have seen it. These two functions we have seen it, and daytime intelligence, like with different types, different categories are there. In different categories, you can see a lot of functions are available. What I will do is I will start with the instead of round function, I'm going to start with the count function. So what are count functions? So the using count, you can find out the number of icons of the values in a column. That is what count. Even in the SQL query, we use the count function. With the help of the count function, we can find out how many number of occurrences, frequency distribution, how many number of occurrences as specific values are there. For example, in the region column, how many number of records have a region north? How many number of records belongs to south region? If you want to take the count in south region, 100 transaction, north region 1000 transaction happen, we use count function. The number of the frequency of occurrence of the values in your categorical column, you can find it with the help of the count function. But when it comes to DAX, the host of different functions are available as part of count itself. So I call this the count family of functions. We have something called count function and count a function, count ax function, count x function, count blank function, count rows, and distinct count. Here, what I did, I just classified at a high level into two categories of this count family of functions. One is the excluding blanks and other one is the including blanks. What is excluding blanks? All these four functions, when you use it on a specific column, for example, you have a region column. When you use the count function, it'll find out the number of records of the values. Or for example, region column, count of region. How many number of values are there in the region column? It will give you. But you have any blank values along with the values. See, look here, this is my region column. In the region column, I have something north, south, east, and then some blank values are there. And again, you have north. So the count function, what it does is it goes and checks how many values are there. It excludes this blank value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it returns 4. By excluding the blank value, it gives you the total number of values that are available in this column. Okay, count will give you the number of occurrence of values, 4. And the count a function also exclude the blanks. But then what is the difference between these two? The difference is the count function count the number of cells in a column which contains the number and the dates and strings. Okay, it will not work with the Boolean values. Boolean, true or false, if you have it in your column, it will not work. It will simply throw an error. So the count function will work only with these three data types. If you have a column with the number or date, or the column with the date data type or string data type, it will work. If you have a column, for example, you have a customer status, okay, active or inactive, true or false, Boolean values. In that column, it will not work, it will throw an error. But count a function, the a says all data type. It works with all these three plus Boolean. It works with all these three and then the Boolean data type, which one? The count a function. The next one is the count x function. Count x function also similar to count function in one way. It excludes the blank value two ways. Okay, it excludes the blank values, and it will not work with the Boolean data type. It works only with the number, date, and string data type, like count function. Okay, and then what exact difference between these two? The AX here. What is this X? Those function that ends with X called as iterating function. Iterating function. So what do you mean by iterating function? When you use any column inside this parenthesis, it will iterate row by row. Okay, it goes each and every row, and then it does the count. Okay, but it excludes the blanks and then Boolean data. If you have any Boolean data, it will not work. It will throw an error first of all. But row by row, it goes and checks. It iterates each and every row. In case you have used any expression, it evaluates the expression by going to each and every row. Okay, X is iterating function, row by row. You just think the function that ends with X is iterating function, which means row by row, it goes and evaluates. And next one is also an iterating function. It ends with the X, but along with X, you see the A here. So the difference between these two are like the A is there here, right? So it row by row, even this also iterating function, iterating row by row, it iterates, but it works with all the data type. These two are, so count function works, it will not work with the Boolean data type. Count X also, it will not work with the Boolean data type. Count A and count AX works with all the data type. The difference is the count A and count AX is an iterating function, row by row, it goes and evaluates the expression. The count X also, row by row, it goes and evaluate the expression, but it will not work with the Boolean data similar to count function. In all, but net, all these four count functions exclude the blank values. If you have any, like I said here, it will not count the blank value, it will simply ignore it. And the other one is including blanks. These two functions, the distinct count and count blanks, it will include the blank values. It counts the distinct values in a column, including blanks. In this case, north distinct means unique values. Though the north appears more than one time, it will take only one time. So no north one, it consists of one value, and south is another one. Each is one, and it includes them. So overall, it gives you 4. Distinct count of region. It counts the blank value also, but it is not going to include the duplicate value. Instead, it takes only the unique value. Unique is nothing but the distinct value. Next one is the count blanks. Even as the name suggests, right? It includes the blanks. If you want to find out how many number of blank values here, you can use count blanks. Count blanks inside the parenthesis, if you specify region, will return value 1. So in this case, it will return value 1 because only one blank value is there. If you want to find out how many number of blank values are in a column, count blanks function, you can use it. With this, you should be able to understand the difference between these count family of functions or amongst the count family of functions. What I will do is I will be opening a file, which I already did it. In the interest of time, these are the simple functions which you can remember it. You can understand it. That's the reason why I'm going to use the PowerPoint report file, which I already created it. But there are certain complex things. Yes, obviously I need to create it from the scratch. Anyhow, I will show you here also, not a count family demo. Okay, I just press enter. Already the data files are loaded so that we can save a lot of time. So this one, I'm going to close it.